Hey guys, I'm Nina Zato, Sidewalker Daily, and today I want to talk about UGC content that brands will love. If you are a content creator, UGC creator, and you're creating this type of content for your brand partners, I want to let you in on the brand's perspective on what content does really well for us and how it can help you as a creator retain these brand clients, especially if you're on a retainer with them or if you're trying to pitch long-term work. Now, the first place that we can go ahead and start off with is always a definition. I'm going to link some videos that we have done on how to be a successful UGC creator because I don't want to spend too much time defining, but UGC is simply user-generated content. Brands, instead of going through their hashtags and seeing what their fans are posting, they are now hiring creators to create that type of content. Literally, they are hiring people to create as raw content as possible. When I say raw, I just mean like literally feels like it was shot on a phone. It's not super highly edited or produced. Because back in the day, people on the brand side, we would literally go and look through our hashtags or see what our fans were posting and then asking them or licensing that content out to reshare it. Now, a lot of brands have so many social platforms they are also posting on. They feel the content overwhelm as well, and they realize that they need content for these platforms. So who better than to hire a TikTok creator to create TikTok content for their channel, right? So we're seeing a really big rise in this area just in general because brands need this type of content. They want content that naturally feeds into the feed, that feels organic, feels normal, and isn't super highly overly produced. One of the things that's really important in general, just when you are working with brands as a UGC creator and when you start creating content for them, I want you guys to identify that I am saying like raw and fun and like not super overly polished, but it still needs to be high quality, right? So from a production standpoint, when I say high quality, that doesn't mean that we need like crazy cameras and lights. You still need to make sure that you're getting approval from your brand partners on what you're looking to set up. So always having, whether it be a mood board or a creative brief that you present to the brand saying, okay, I'm gonna make something that looks like this, just to get those approvals ahead of time is very important because you don't want to create the content and then have them be like, wait, what's that? We want to be very clear in the beginning what the expectation is creatively. Now remember, as a content creator, you're the one providing a service. So feel free to have those sort of materials being like, okay, like let's have an agenda call and talk about the content or the concepts we're going to go over this month. And these are the examples of content that I want to create. Have examples, even if it's not your own and it's other people's content, you can still use it as an example to get the brand and you align so that you guys are on the same page of what's being produced. Also, secondly, something that you may want to consider from an approval process standpoint when you are working with your brand partners is either include like one round of edits in your pricing, not reshooting. There is a difference there. You don't want to have to go and reshoot the content, but you would be happy to re-edit it. So when you are putting your packages together as a UGC creator and creating content that you want to make sure the brands love, including that like, oh, you got an extra edit and that price is included in the fee. This makes everyone happy, both you and the brand. It protects everyone. So when you're creating UGC content in terms of like, what's gonna make my brand partner happy? Well, like I said, first is the expectation. Don't try to guess, ask. Definitely go to the brand, have a call, get those approvals. I don't want you to sit here guessing what's going to make them happy. We want to have very clear expectations from the beginning. But secondly, when you are creating this content, brands, for the most part, want to show off their product in a very natural, organic way. So you're subbing in as talent and you're subbing in as like the production, someone that can actually create this content. So it's all about really focusing on authenticity, making sure if you are talking about a product that the product is obviously visible, that you are able to showcase the product. You want them on the brand side to be like, oh my God, she or he, did such a great job of showing the product. It looks so natural. That's almost the reaction that you want from them, especially if you're doing like a sort of testimonial video or a before and after, or if you're doing an unboxing. One of the biggest things I recommend in terms of like getting your brand partners happy outside of getting the approvals, because now you know what they like and you know what they're into. Like literally just have them send you a bunch of links of content that they think is really cool so that you can use that as like a vision board for you. But also when you are scrolling and when you are seeing other UGC content, especially like ads, I see them on Facebook all the time. I always see UGC ads. Like I'm like, oh my God, they're everywhere. What makes you stop the scroll? What makes you say, oh, I want to finish watching this? When you see this type of content, take note, put it in a folder, print screen, or do whatever you have to do, copy the link so you can go back to it and even show the brand partner, hey, is this something that you like? Is this something that you think is, that you're interested in, so that you have that as like, you know, something to go back to. So whatever makes you personally stop the scroll on UGC content, I think is a great place to also start. Now, if you are creating video, when we're talking about stop the scroll, why did it stop the scroll? Was there a really good hook in it? Was there an opening line that kept you going? If so, write out those hooks. I have a running list of hooks from other creators that I've seen that I'm like, oh, that's good. This would work for us. So same thing, you know, you want to start thinking about what does well, what is, you know, resonating well. If you do see an ad on TikTok or an ad on another platform and it's getting tons of likes and comments and engagement, you know, these are good samples of content that does well. So again, it can serve as something that you may want to include in your vision board. So keep that in mind. But really what you want to do is ask the brand to provide you their key messages. Be like, look, we can't say everything in a 10-second video, right? So what are your major key messages? Or what are the things that you want to be portrayed? Obviously, whether it be video or photo, have them give you a bullet list. And that way you can, depending on how much content you're making, if you're making 10 videos, then you can spread out those key messages. You're not gonna put all of them in one video, right? So it's very important that you give the brand client homework, like what are your key messages or what is really important to you that comes across, you know, almost like pick two, so that you can decide, you as the creator can decide what's gonna be going where, because you can't be burdened or tasked with having to put everything in one video or one photo, right? It's just too much. So having them provide you that creative brief, even if it's just, again, an email with bullet points, is going to help you stay very clear on the type of content that's going to make them happy in the end. Also, I love things like just making sure that, you know, you incorporate things like natural light in the photo, that you kind of show the brand ahead of time, like kind of your setup or what you're planning to. All of these things can be done in that agenda call that you set up with them. That should be included in your pricing. They want to move forward, because again, like, you just don't want any surprises. And today's video is meant to help you create content that they're going to be pumped about. And I think what's really important as a UGC creator, content creator, whatever, is taking this as a job, being super professional, you know, making sure that you are doing the research and taking control. Like, come to the table with a few ideas. Be like, why don't we do this, this, and this? You know, these are 3 ideas, and ask them, which one are you leaning towards? Oh, here's a link of an example of this idea. Because remember, people are visual. People want to see what that idea even looks like. Like, maybe they don't get what you mean, but then when you show them, you're like, oh, I get it, right? So take it on yourself to kind of be that person that's leading the conversation, especially because you're the one providing the service. And at the end of the day, if you could write it down, just keep it simple. When you're creating, again, that UGC content, it's meant to just kind of flow within the feed, and not be overly like intense. Keep it simple. Ask for direction, be confident. And again, brands, they want to be involved, but they want you to take also that leadership in charge, because you're the one that they're hiring for that service. So just come prepared, come right, and you will be good to go. Now, if you are a UGC creator that is struggling with pitching to brands, or not sure how to price yourself or how to license your content, or all the behind the scenes of really running this as a business, come to one of my free trainings. I host them monthly on how to work with brands. You're going to love it. People love this training. I give information that I don't share anywhere else. So come and join us. I will leave a link below so that you can come, and let me know what you guys think of today's video. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, any of it, I want to hear from you. I'm always reading the comments, and I will see you guys in the next video.